It's 6:15 a.m. on Thursday, May 30th. I'm at the Trailhead Inspiration Point, just a couple miles outside of town of Wrightwood, California. About to take my first steps on the Pacific Crest Trail. My very first PCT sign. I'm only barely a quarter mile into trail and the views are already so beautiful. We're still only about 1 mile into the trail, but I just can't believe that this gets to be my life for the next 4 months, or as long as my mind and body are in it. It's just dreaming about this for so long and I still can't believe that it's finally happening. The pine cones out here are on steroids. Look at the size of this thing. I'm sitting here at Vincent Gap. It's about 4.7 miles into the hike today. I'm feeling really good. Did about an hour 40 of just taking an extended break, trying to take it easy on my foot. There was actually some service here, so I got to call my husband and I also got to call my dad and wish him happy birthday. So things are going great so far. I'm about halfway up the climb up Baden-Powell, which is kicking my butt for not being in shape and not getting exercise for the last 5 weeks. But there is a spring that is about 0.1 miles off trail, which is our next source of water for the next, I think, 8 miles. So I figured I'd show you guys how this all works.
"24 more and we've done 14, so 38 total."
The pine cones just keep getting bigger and bigger. I'm about a mile from the top of Baden-Powell. I think I have like 700 feet left to gain, and the snow patches are coming more frequently. Still extremely doable without microspikes though. This is the first of what I'm sure is going to be many down trees on the trail. Easy peasy. It's 0.4 to the top, starting to get a little bit sketchier with the snow, but still very doable. We're so close. That's the top of Baden-Powell, but we're walking this beautiful little short ridge. I've been sitting at the top of Baden-Powell for probably about an hour now, just relaxing, taking off my shoes and socks and letting my feet air out. That was a hard climb, y'all. It was 2,700 feet over 4 miles, which would have been fine if I hadn't been inactive for 5 weeks and I didn't have a 30-pound bag with me, but it definitely kicked my butt. But I might stay here another half hour or so, then start heading down. I've got another 6 miles to where I plan to camp today. When I get up, I'll show y'all the monument and the flag that's at the top here. And the view up here is incredible. I get to sign my first ever logbook Basically, hikers, day hikers, or PCT hikers just sign when they go through. Just a fun trail community thing, and then also helps keep track of if you've made it this far. So when I got to the top of Baden-Powell, Jim, Icarus, Rocketman, and Nate were here, so I met them. I don't have a trail name yet, so Steph from Utah. Right now it's 2:45 and I have 2.5 miles left to get to Little Jimmy's campground, which is where I'm going to stay tonight. So I'm just taking it nice and slow, which is what I've been doing all day. The broken aspect of my foot, that feels great, but my feet and legs in general are very sore and a little bit hurting. So just taking it nice and easy till I can get to camp, get off my feet, and then do it all again tomorrow. But here's my view where I'm sitting down. I don't think I'll ever get over these views. It's just amazing. My last stop before camp is going down this little side trail to get water. Plan on filling up about 2 liters of water. I don't need a lot because there's a water source about half mile after leaving camp tomorrow morning. For those of you that are curious as to how I know where the water sources are, how much elevation gain, things like that, there's an app called Far Out. It is amazing. Can't imagine doing this trail without it. It has a literal map with where you can use GPS if you get off trail to find your way back to trail. It tells you what elevation you are at, what elevation and distance you have to the next landmarks, and it also will tell you where the next tent site is, where the next water source is, things like that. And one of the best things about it is that other hikers will comment on things. For example, say the water was flowing well, or the water was looking really dirty, or things like that. I'm in my tent. It's the end of day one. I'm talking quietly because there's people camping around me. There's about 10 people at this campsite. I spent the last several hours talking with an older man named Saint, who is section hiking all of the PCT, planning to do this over the next 5 to 10 years or so. Today I started at Inspiration Point at 369.3 and hiked to Little Jimmy Campground at 383.9, so about 14.6 PCT miles. There was 2 water sources throughout the day. The longest water carry was 8 miles today, and we're currently camped about 0.2 miles away from the water source. But I think I said some of this earlier in the day, but today felt good. My foot being broken doesn't hurt at all, which is phenomenal. I'm not naive enough to think that one day means it won't hurt in the future, but I'm just sore. My bottom of my feet are tired and sore just from not being active for the last month and a half. So today was a good day, good first day on trail. Those are my views at 6:15 this morning on day 2. Slept pretty good, pretty comfortable. It was probably got down in the mid to upper 40s. Today, my plan is anywhere from 12 to 15 miles, kind of depends how I'm feeling. My right arch is still sore from yesterday, so I gotta continue taking it slow. But yeah, always looking forward to another beautiful day. We have to climb 1,200 feet over the next 1.7 miles. But at least there's these pretty flowers and good view. Made it to the top of the climb. I don't know if you can tell how sweaty I am, but I can't wait till I get my trail legs back and uphills don't feel like such a struggle anymore. But again, the views are wonderful. Sitting here at a picnic area along Highway 2. I've done 6.3 miles so far today. The next 4 miles of the PCT have been closed for the last 19 years due to a endangered frog species. They actually just reopened it this year, but I'm going to do the road walk that has been going on for the last 19 years while it's been closed. The reason being, because it's been closed, the trail has been unmaintained and is going to be really messy, and I think that just leaves room for too much possibility for a misstep with my right foot. So I'm going to do the 4 mile road walk, which is equivalent to the 4 miles on the PCT of this section, and then I'll get back on the PCT via a side trail called Buckhorn Trail. So I'll do more miles than if I were to do PCT, but hopefully safer miles for my foot. In case anyone ever wondered, this is hiker trash. Got my shoes and socks off, eating Pop-Tarts in an abandoned campground parking lot. I'm officially back on the PCT after doing the road walk and Buckhorn Trail detour. We're on the section that used to be closed for endangered frogs. I have 1.2 miles to my campsite, or to my camp, which will put me about 12 miles for the day, and over the last 2 days about 26 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail, which on the one hand makes me feel frustrated because I know past me could easily do more than that, but I have to just keep in mind myself. I'm only on day 2, I don't have my trail legs, I'm not used to carrying a 30-pound backpack, and I'm still hiking on a healing broken foot. So I'll take 26 miles. I'd originally planned to get to Agua Dulce, my next resupply stop, in 5 days, but because I want to be smart and take it slower, that means I'll end up doing it in 6 days, which is fine because I did bring enough food for that, thankfully.